So here's the bracket I'm planning to extract the flywheel with. It's just a plate and 3 bolts and a nut welded on here so I can pull it off. So the idea is just that I put in the 2 M10 bolts in the threads that are in the flywheel, and then we can just pull out with the large bolt in the middle here. So let's see how that works. I can't believe that this flywheel is sitting that hard. Or it's not really that hard to turn it, so I think maybe that plate was just way too weak. So it turns out that the flywheel was sitting a lot harder than what I thought. So the bracket I made just buckled out, and well, the flywheel didn't budge at all. So I'm just going to leave it for now and continue on working on the timing chain here and try and disassemble this piece so we can have some progress. I really want to not have this piston sticking up here and slamming to all sides, so I want to try and disassemble everything. I could probably just put on the cylinder again and we'll sort of keep it in place, but again it's kind of difficult to get it on when the piston rings, with the piston rings here. So right now I'm going to try and just disassembling at least this part and get some progress. So it's time to try and remove all the timing chain that goes around here, and there's a little circle clip in here which I'm going to remove. Then we will probably get off this one, and we can take off the timing chain because that doesn't really matter. And this is actually the tensioner, which I thought was kind of weird. I mean, it's not doesn't seem like it's controlled by any hydraulics, which is normal, so it sort of seemed a bit weak to me, but I guess that's okay. But I mean, look at this, kind of slacky. This is the tension side, so I mean that looks good, but still, yeah, the distance is of course short, so it's probably okay, but it just looks yeah, kind of slacky to me actually. But that's probably how it is. We will of course double check everything with the book when we are putting it all together. Now it's mainly just to get it apart in a nice manner. Might be difficult to see, but there was also 2 screws going in here, or bolts, but with a stupid screw head, which I hate. So at least I removed those 2, but we still need to pull off this sprocket right here, and of course we need another special tool, so I have to make a 4th special tool to take this engine apart. I don't think I will ever get this flywheel off. Alright, so quick recap. I can't get this flywheel off. It's the second bracket I have made now to try and get this off. And as you can see, I have reinforced it. There is 2 very thick plates on each side welded on here, so it will not bend. And also I have well, the 2 bolts going through here holding the flywheel. But right now, I mean, this is 8/8 bolt, so that should hold a lot. But Well, as you can see, the threads just went to hell, I think, maybe. Well, at least it's not a bolts thread. And it's not that surprising, really, because, you know, this has been heated up like crazy. And but I really thought that that nut would hold anyway. So, well, yeah, I guess I have to get back to the drawing board and modify this in another way. Alright, you know what? I'm done fucking around. I know you have been sitting down in your couch, been watching this on YouTube and been chilling out for like 2 minutes, but I've been using days on this, and now I'm tired. This one didn't work, of course, I realized that. This one should work, but it doesn't. I mean, this can't even hold up and it's an M10. This is an M14. This is really thick now in the walls here. It should not bend at all. I would be surprised if it does. I'm gonna put this in here. I'm gonna make this work. I was sure this was the way to take it apart, but I'm seriously having my doubts. Well, yeah, I'm not sure why it sits so extremely hard. And anyway, it's way past my bedtime now. At least 4 hours. So I'm gonna give up again, I think, and come back with some fresh energy. Oi, in i helvete!
Yeah! Yeah!
Er det noen sak?
Om den?
Jeg kommer fra meg.
Selvfølgelig.
Det var bare å gi litt faen. Alright, so finally we got the flywheel off. It took probably, I think we are on the 4th attempt, I'm not sure, because it's gone quite a bit of time as well. But yeah, this is the last bracket. I think it's the 4th one that I made. And all it really was just to apply really a lot of torque to it, and it came off. The thing is that I was a bit scared, which I think I already mentioned, because the engine actually stopped to turn. So I thought maybe some internals was locked and very strained, but it wasn't. So it's turning very nicely now. And yes, some fatalities almost, finger. And well, this is now off, and I think the last challenging bit will be to get this sprocket of the camshaft, and then it will be just to get this, well, and all the internals basically out of the housing, which we will need to heat everything, probably put it in the oven. So that will be the next step now. So it's kind of annoying to have the piston slamming around here, and I don't want to damage it, so I'm going to remove this little circle clip in here, which you can see. And hopefully it's just to push out the little rod inside. There is one at each end, as you can see here. So if I was or had been a little bit smarter, I would actually done this quite a long time ago, so it wouldn't hit around here. And also it's important to like remember which way it was, so I'm going to draw on it. I'm gonna draw an arrow, which is the front. Or there is actually an arrow on it. But I can just make it a bit clearer. So that will point to the front of the engine. And one thing that I found here, which is not a really good sign, is well, I found some metal pieces. I put them here in the tray, and well, you can take a look at these quite large pieces actually. It looks a little bit like a piston ring actually. We will investigate further, but that's not good. Alright, so this was just a quick try, but it seems like it worked really well. It's just 2 bolts and 2 nuts on the inside, and then basically just pulling off the sprocket now. Or maybe even the entire cam. I'm not sure what I'm hoping for. Oh yeah, there we are. Oh, hello, baby. So this is just what I did. Just took two 2 bolts and just grinded down the nut here, and just so it could slip through the hole. And I think maybe if I turn it a bit, of course it's not that easy now on the camera, but they should just come right out somehow. Probably not, yeah, it worked at least. It's not easy to film in this noise right here. But yeah, that's how it is. I think we are pretty much ready to put it in the oven. Before I do it, I'll probably try and remove this one, but now we can take out this little, I think this is the gear for the oil pump. There we go. This is driven by the camshaft and probably drives the oil pump. I'm not quite sure, but it goes straight to the bottom, so I'm pretty sure it does that. And it's just this one. Looks good. Gonna put it in a bag like everything else. Maybe we'll crank off the bottom here as well. But yeah, pretty much done now. We are closing in on the final parts to get this stripped down to its bare essentials, which is nice. We will get a nice cleanup after that.
Ja, de var fine. Ja, det. Men det klubben som betaler.
Alright, so I made a little clean on the engine, just cleaned it a little bit in here, got most of the oil away, and I think all of the necessary pieces are gone now, so we can just heat up the crankcase or the engine block, and then we should be able to slide this crankshaft out after that. So let's see how that will work out. There we are, the engine is in the oven, the very large industrial oven. So I just have to close this door now. Right, here's a very hot engine. Let's see. Yeah, there we go, right out. Okay, I can see it's actually marked in the crankshaft here where you're supposed to have it. It's easier to see if I get it out, I think. Yeah. Careful not to damage any of the machine surfaces. Yeah, so you can see there's this hole here, and then there's a carve out here, which is basically for the crank part or for the rod. So it should go in this way. So I'm starting to become very satisfied now. We have the crankshaft out here and the oil pump. Not going to dismantle these two any further at the moment. And now it's basically just the oil seal here, which is now very easy to just pop out from this side. And I can't see anything else in here in the engine except for the bearing for the camshaft, which we probably will replace. Why not just replace everything while we're at it? And then there's this one, which really sits extremely tight. I'll try to heat this one up now and remove that one. The other one was not a problem, it came out quite easily. And yes, of course, the engine mounts. I will probably remove those two. It's really not necessary actually. Maybe I'll just let them be. But yeah, we'll see. Alright, finally it is all taken apart. It really took some time this, especially with the flywheel, because I was so unsure if it really was the correct way, because it was really attached really hard. But yeah, it turns out it just was to make a strong enough pulley and just take it apart. And heating the crankcase, that was worked better than I expected really, and we got the crank out really nicely. And well, yeah, now it's just a huge process of cleaning all of this, and we'll spare you for that and jump to the assembly part some time down the road, I think. And well, this episode and all of the episode I made really takes quite a bit of time, so I really appreciate you guys who are liking, commenting, and of course subscribing to my channel. I know I spent quite a bit of some time to release new episodes, so yeah, that's just how it is. But if you like it, I really appreciate the comments and the likes. It really helps me motivated, so please do so. And yeah, I guess I will see you next time in the next episode.